The call comes at 11:47 p.m. Rayan is standing outside his own apartment door. Technically, her apartment now. She reminds him every time he reaches for the handle, holding a single duffel bag and a cardboard box with his father's old pocket watch sitting on top. The watch is silver, cracked face. It hasn't worked in 20 years. His father used to say it was broken the day his mother left and never felt the need to work again after that. "Just go," Nadia says from the doorway. Her new boyfriend, Faruk, stands behind her with his arms crossed, expensive jacket, the kind of look that says he owns things. "You're embarrassing yourself." Rayan doesn't argue. He picks up his box. He walks. The phone rings before he reaches the elevator. It's his father. Daud Malik, Ward 7, City General Hospital. Rayan has been paying that bill in installments for 8 months. He answers. The voice on the other end is thin, tired, but warm, the way old coal is warm, not blazing. Just heat that has been there so long it's become part of the air. "Beta," his father says. "Son, apna hayal rakna. Take care of yourself." Rayan leans against the elevator wall and says he will. He says everything is fine. He says he'll visit in the morning. His father makes a small sound, half a laugh, the kind that knows, and then the line goes quiet. The nurse calls him back 3 minutes later. He sits on the pavement outside the building, the box on the pocket watch in his hand. The city hums around him like it doesn't know anything happened. Faruk's car is parked at the curb. 60,000 in chrome and leather. Nadia's light is on up on the 4th floor. Rayan looks at the watch. Cracked face, still hands, and then the world speaks. Remnant trade system. Initialize. A life of grief has registered. A father's last words unwitnessed. A loss with no one to share it. Currency detected. Remnant value. The weight of what was truly meant and truly lost. Remnant value accumulates when real things, love, loyalty, sacrifice, are taken without acknowledgement. It cannot be faked. It cannot be inflated. It can only be earned by loss. Current remnant value, 1,440 RV. The system is now open. Trade anything. Receive what you actually need. Rayan stares at the floating text only he can see. He doesn't scream. He doesn't run. He's had a very long night. He opens the trade interface. There is a search field. He types almost as a test. Shelter, offer, 1 month temporary, modest shelter, cost 120 RV, accept, he accepts. A door key materializes in his coat pocket. A storage unit 3 blocks away, registered in his name, with a cot, a working heater, and a month's lease already paid. He walks there in the dark. He lies down. He stares at the ceiling. He has 1 T320 RV remaining. He doesn't know yet what that number will mean by morning. Nobody does. The solar event hits on day 4. Scientists have been warning about it for months. A Category X flare sequence. A coronal mass ejection so large that the power grid stutters and the ozone registers a measurable thinning along the equatorial bands. But warnings live in science papers. The city doesn't listen to science papers. The city listens to the moment the temperature outside hits 54 degrees Celsius at 9 in the morning, and the asphalt starts to soften, and the window, glass of parked cars, begins to craze from the UV load. Rayan by then has been busy. On day 1, he trades 200 RV for a UV blocking filtration unit, polymer blackout curtains, enough to seal his storage room. On day 2, 340 RV for a compact refrigeration system, a water purifier, and 60 days of preserved rations. On day 3, he studies the system's archive, solar survival, shelter management, what the next 90 days will cost an unprepared city. On day 4, when the heat alarm sounds across the district, and every public cooling center fills within the hour, Rayan is sitting in his storage unit at a comfortable 22 degrees Celsius, drinking cold water, reading. Current remnant value, 3,890 RV. It keeps growing. Every hour that passes where the truth of his father's last call goes unacknowledged. Every hour the grief sits real and unwitnessed. The system registers it, not as self-pity. The system is clear. Remnant value is not generated by suffering. It is generated by what was real and what was wasted. A genuine father's love, spent on a son no one noticed losing him. That counts. Rayan is not the only thing that counts. By day 9, the storage unit has been upgraded twice. New shelving lines the back wall. The floor is insulated. There is a secondary room, 600 RV for a structural expansion permit, arrived the next morning, stamped and legal, as if the building always had 2 rooms, 4 months of food, a medical kit, an air quality monitor, a radio on a frequency the municipal emergency service has abandoned. He hears everything. He hears, on day 11, that Faruk's building has lost power. The backup generators are running. The cooling is intermittent. He hears on day 14 that the upscale district where Farak's family owns property has declared a voluntary evacuation because the upper floors of glass face towers are becoming uninhabitable. The UV load is cooking anything behind unfiltered glass by 11 a.m. He hears on day 17 a knock at his door. He already knows who it is. Nadia looks like the city looks, worn down. Her hair is tied back. She's in a light jacket that was not designed for apocalypse weather, but was designed to look expensive. Farak is behind her. His jacket is gone. His expression is a different kind from the one in the hallway, not arms crossed confident. Tight, careful. "We heard you had a place," Nadia says. Rayanne stands in the doorway. Behind him, she can see the shelving, the cool air spilling out like it's something impossible. It is 47 degrees outside. It is 22 inside. "From who?" Rayanne asks. "The neighbors," Farak says. "They said you've been set up since day one. They said you have food. Filtration." A pause. "We just need a few days." Rayanne looks at them for a moment. Not angry, not hurt. That part has already moved through him. In the nights between day 1 and day 17, what is left is something quieter and much cleaner. He thinks about his father, about Ward 7, about a cracked pocket watch, and a voice that said, "Take care of yourself," and meant it the way only someone who always took care of everyone else can mean it. "The cooling center on Sile Road, Haspis," Rayanne says. "It's 12 blocks east, government run. They have rations." Nadia stares at him. "You're serious." "They have cots," Rayanne says. "It's not comfortable, but it's safe." Farak's jaw tightens. "We drove here. His car, Sile Road." Rayanne says again gently and closes the door. He stands in the quiet, the hum of his filtration unit, the cold, the clean air. System notification, remnant value, current total. 6-2 and 20 RV, new tier unlocked, extended infrastructure. Trade for community-grade shelter. Water purification arrays, expanded medical supply. He sits down at his small desk. He opens the trade interface. He thinks about what his father would actually want him to do with 6,220 points of real, accumulated, unfaked worth. The answer comes easily. On day 22, Rayanne contacts the municipal emergency coordinator and offers. Through the system, which generates the documentation, the supply manifests, all legal, all traceable, to upgrade the Ciel Road cooling center at his own expense. New filtration, extended capacity, a backup water supply. Enough to double the people they can support through the next 60 days. It costs him 3,800 RV. It gives 237 people a place to survive the summer. He doesn't announce it. The system is not a social media platform. But people find out. The way people find out in a city under pressure. Through the coordinator, through the staff, through the neighbor who saw a young man with a cracked pocket watch standing outside a storage room. On the first morning of the apocalypse, calm and prepared, like he'd already known. What he'd known was simpler than that. He'd known what it felt like to lose something real. He'd known what his father's voice sounded like when it was saying goodbye, and making it sound like good night. He'd known that the pocket watch didn't need to work to be worth something. The system had agreed. By day 45, Rayanne's remnant value sits at 100 and climbing. He has expanded the shelter twice. He has helped house 400 people through the worst of the UV season. His name is known in 3 districts, not as a hero, not as a brand, just as the man who was ready. Farak's name appears once in the municipal records for this period. Outstanding cooling center ration debt. 47 days unpaid. Nadia's building is listed as temporarily uninhabitable. Relocation waitlist, position 114. Rayanne, sitting in his 22-degree room with a cup of cold water and the pocket watch on the desk, does not gloat. He is not built for gloating. He is built for the thing his father always said was the only currency that lasted. Taking care. He picks up the watch. Cracked face. Still hands. He turns it over in his palm. System message. Remnant value. 8100 RV. The watch has been fully logged as the trigger object. Its sentimental weight. Maximum. It will never depreciate. Rayanne sets it back down. Outside, the city endures. Inside, it is cool and quiet and enough. His father knew. Even at the end, even in Ward 7, even on the last call, he knew the only thing worth leaving a son was not money, not property, not a name, just the instruction. Apna Chayil Rachna. And Rayanne had.